Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. As I've mentioned it multiple times in my videos, I have an ever-growing list of my TBR. I think right now on Storygraph my TBR is up to 580, and that's not including the I don't know. I think it's not including the 50 or 60 books that I have of my physical TBR on top of the 100 recommendations that I have gotten from screenshots of TikTok videos, of Instagram, of Facebook, of books that I want to read but I haven't got a chance. So, in order to reduce that gargantuan fucking list of TBR, my best friend slash roommate is picking my next read because I literally am so indecisive. I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra through and through.
Definitely a Libra.
So I cannot, and I mean, cannot pick for the life of me.
Definitely a Libra.
So Akari is going to pick my next read. Do you want to sit?
Yeah, I don't have pants on. Alright, so let me start where her TBR is, 521 books long? I went through all of them. I don't play, I get down. So the book I chose.
Ooh, I gotta pull it up on my end. Okay, I'm ready.
It is called The Sacrifice.
Okay.
By Chantal Tessier.
Ooh, it's a dark romance.
It is a dark romance. It is 644 pages long. This will give her something to do. Yes, I'm excited to hear the reviews. I want to hear her thoughts. She doesn't read too many dark romances, so I want to see how this one goes. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Excited, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He chose The Sacrifice by Chantal Tessier, and I'm just gonna give you guys a brief little summary of the book. It says a lord is meant to marry after he graduates from Barrington University, an elite college for the rich. A lady's job is to help him fit into the world, unaware of his secret society. The lord does not get to choose who he spends his life with, but there is always an exception to the rule, and I just happen to be his. I vow, you vow, we vow.
I do. So this one is part of a series.
So
it's have series. You read any of the books in the
No.
I think they're a bunch of one shots type beat.
They all kind of look. I feel like I've seen them. Now that I'm looking at the pictures, of the covers, they all look very, very familiar. But 600.
I know.
Ooh, they all are. Why are they all over 600 pages? One of them, number 6, is 800.
Wait. Wait. God damn it.
I'm going to see if it's on Kindle Unlimited, because if not, I got to pay money.
It's probably on Kindle. It's giving Kindle Unlimited.
I got to make sure.
You got to check, though. You always got to check.
It is. So I'll add it to my Kindle Unlimited. I'm finishing Age Gap Romance right now. I'm going to finish it probably tonight, and then I'm going to get started on this, and I'm going to bring you guys along.
I'm excited.
Alright, guys. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hi besties. So it has been a couple of days since I've read that book. I needed to digest with my feelings with that. It was very hectic. So I finished the book. I didn't start it the same day that Akari gave me the recommendation. I think I started it the next day or the day after. And I was about 15% in the first night. And then I finished it the second day. And honestly, I'm going to be real honest with you guys. It's almost one of my highest rated books on Goodreads. And that was not the experience that I got with that book. It was pretty bad in my opinion. I wanted to love it. I think that like dark romance and like maybe like even arranged, like there was an arranged marriage aspect into it, maybe like a forced marriage, but there was a lot going on. The first 15, no, yes, I think that's what it is. So the first like 50 pages is prologue. We're getting the story about, we're getting the world building of the lords and this like the school system and like the whole like mafia, not mafia situation. From page 50 to page like 180, maybe even 200, it's just a lot of and I mean too much sex scenes. um it's a lot, and a lot of it is forceful, a lot. And I I what also like kind of got me a little bit like, crazy was that it took place over 48 hours. So then from that's 100 pages, 100 out of like 500, by the way. That is literally over the course of like 2 days. And they'll talk for like 2 seconds, like 2 pages of dialogue, and then we're back to having sex. um his was hateful, hers was fearful. It was just, it's, and I'm trying to get past it because it wasn't like, maybe it wasn't my cup of tea, but I also like wouldn't be upset with the amount of sex scenes if it had good plot, like if there was a good like dialogue going on, if we understood what was going on. And right after that, we finally start to get like the revenge. We finally start understanding the why behind this like forceful marriage. And then it gets, and then I wish I would have recorded myself, because you're just gonna hear me like, there would have been clips of me being like, what the fuck, what's going on, that doesn't even make any sense. Okay, I guess. Just a whole bunch of like stupid stuff. Like I genuinely did not understand what was going on until the end of the book, 550 pages into the book, because I guess it makes sense, but it didn't, and that's what like makes me mad. It couldn't, I would have given it maybe like maybe 2.5, maybe like 2.75. 3 is like pushing it if I liked the plot, if I liked what was happening. But there was some confusing parts, there was a lot of moving parts that didn't make any sense until the author had to sit there and be like, here's what happened bit by bit by bit by bit. And then even then, the logic still didn't make any sense. And I'm not trying to spoil it. This is going to be non-spoily, but just in my honest opinion, it wasn't my favorite. I almost DNF'd it, but I was already 40% into the book, and at that point I was hate reading it because I was trying to figure out what was going on. I had some theories myself, and I gave them to Afari as I was reading the book, but I was like, hey, what's going on? Here's what is going on? What, like, the plot was, what the fuck is going on? It was insane. I did not enjoy the book, if you couldn't tell already. I ended up giving it like 1.5 stars, maybe even 1.25. I wish I would have DNF'd it, but I kept on going because I was like, I can't start off this series with a loser. And what a loser it was. It was horrible. So, and it's no hate to the genre. Like, I think that there are some dark romances that make sense. I've read a couple so far, and they've been fine. I gave Promises and Pomegranates by Savar Miller like 4.5 stars. That's a good dark romance. It made sense. The plot like lined up. It was another revenge story that I think made sense. This one didn't, and I think that's what makes me mad about this whole thing. One was horrible, I'm not gonna lie. However, we are going to move on, and I'm going to have Dorian pick my second book. He just doesn't know it yet, and then I think I'm going to do both of them at the same time. We'll see you guys when Dorian gets here.
Okay.
For Lauren, I picked The Perfect Marriage. I don't know anything about this book. I read the back, and this is some messy shit. Okay. So, I hope she likes it. And knowing that you're strict, I'm going to, my goal, I hope, is a 3.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I think, yeah.
I'm excited. Thank you. All right. I'm really excited about this one. He picked something I wasn't expecting. He had in his hand In Her Own League by Liz Tomford, which is on my list. I really do want to finish it. But this is, I believe, a thriller, technically. Yeah, it's a thriller. I think it's a part of a series, but I'm not sure because I think the next one's The Perfect Divorce. But I'm really excited. He said 3, but I think I might end up giving it maybe like a 3.5. That's my goal. All right, besties. It's time to talk about this book. And this is going to be... Oops, sorry. So this will be my second thriller I think I've ever read. Maybe third. No, yes. It's like my third thriller. Because I typically stick to romance. And Dorian. Dorian said I was going to rate this a 3. Let me tell you, he was wrong. And I love proving bitches wrong. Like, end of the day, that's what I love to do. I love proving people wrong. However, wrong in the best way. This was a 6-star. Like, and I know you're like, Lauren, it doesn't go up to 6 stars, blah, 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 blah. 6 stars! This book was so freaking good. So the first night, I got to, like, page 120. And by then, I was already like, okay, what's going on? Like, my mind is blown. Like, what are we doing? I was already, like, very much interested. I finished the rest of the book. The next day. My mom called me, and I had maybe, like, this amount left. I had that amount left. My mom called me. I said, love you, but I'm going to hang up now so I can finish this book. Because it was just so gripping. It was just so... And I'm, like... There's certain aspects of it that I'm always going to figure out because I have really good pattern recognition because of my ADHD. And so some of it I was like, oh, I can kind of see, like, I, like, called some things, and I literally wrote in my notes, like, I think this person is this. I think this is that happening, and I ended up being right. However, the twist, I was not expecting the twist at all. I wasn't expecting the twist at all. Like, this book got me gasping, and I was like, I don't know, I'm going to read the sequel, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to read the sequel. This book was so good. Dorian did his big one, picking this one. And I literally texted my friends. I'm gonna put the screenshots in right here. I'm texting them after I read it. I'm like, hey, have you read this book yet? Have you read this book yet? Oh, because you need to. because you need to. Let me put it in the front of your recommendations. No, this book was just really, really good. I could not anticipate the twist. Because there was multiple, I couldn't anticipate all of them happening. I was like kind of gasping at what happened. It was just so crazy. And for all this to happen, and then like I read this book 5 days ago, and I'm still in shock. Like, I'm still like gasping for words about what to do for this book. So yes, I will be reading the next book. But I wouldn't say 2 very successful... I want to say that this idea was very successful, even if Akari's book was horrible. And I mean absolute trash. It got it off my TBR, and I didn't have to think about it. And this book was amazing, and I probably would have kept it on my bookshelves and never read it until I absolutely ran out of books on my digital TBR. So I'm going to keep this going. It probably won't be every month, but maybe like every couple of months. And I'm definitely going to keep making them pick my books for them because they kind of got some good taste. 2 books also out of my comfort zone. A dark romance and a thriller. I rarely ever read dark romances. There's a lot on my digital TBR if you go look on my storygraph, but I like haven't had the chance to read them. And then like I said, this is my 3rd thriller ever in the 1,000+ books that I have like both TBR and read. So I'm excited. This was a really good like idea for me, and I'm like, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I didn't get any points of me like actually reading the book because 9 times out of 10 I was either in like my skimpiest pajamas, I'm not gonna lie, or I was at work reading it. But good. It was just so good. I didn't get a lot of me reading in general, but I hope that you guys like this format, and I'm going to be bringing in Dorian and Akari more often because I really enjoyed this video, and I'm probably going to continue it on. And if you guys liked it, let me know how I can make it different, how I can do better. Thank you, besties, for coming along. Bye, besties.
All right. Let me get your chair back, of course.
That's technically his chair.
It is. It is. Yeah. That's my stuff.
When I move out, this is definitely going to be staying with him. I'm just going to give me a new one.
Oh, dude, I missed the chair.
Okay, so he chose